everyone, it's Tara here. I wanted to show you how I do my bleach retouch on myself at home. So if you'd like to see how I did that, you can keep watching. All right, so I am mixing up my bleach right now using Blonde Me by Schwarzkopf. This is a bond enforcing lightening powder, a professional product by Schwarzkopf. I'm using the 30 volume Blonde Me developer. So this has a bond enforcing agent in it, which is going to help build the bonds back in the hair that you're removing. Anytime you lighten the hair with bleach or lightener, you are removing bonds from the structure of the hair. So this is putting those bonds back in. Because I'm a little bit extra, it's my hair and I don't want it to break, I'm also gonna add Olaplex to it. So we're just gonna do a little bit on the bottom there and add this. And I will show you the consistency. Should be creamy, not too runny. I'm gonna mix that up a little bit more because I just added the oil, so you just don't want it to be like runny, but also not too thick. So you can see. I'm gonna use this to section my hair and start in the back. This will be the trickiest part because I don't have eyes in the back of my head, unfortunately. If only. I always wish that I could remove my head and just do my hair and then put it back on, but it doesn't work that way. So I'm gonna use this and make a nice clean part. Hopefully that's pretty clean. I can't see, but I'm just gonna trust my gut. And then got these clippies, my crocodile clips. And I'm gonna section off. So again, parting that way in the back, and then from the top of the head to where your ear is, like right here, you wanna make a clean section there too. If you don't have one of these, you could try like using your fingernail, or you could use a clip or a bobby pin or something. I'm going to clip this section, keeping everything nice and clean so we don't get hair all over the place and bleach touching hair that you don't want it touching. So this is just gonna keep everything sectioned out as you want it. We're going to start with one of the back quadrants. Using this side of your color brush, you can section smaller sections out of this quarter that you've just sectioned out. So you want these sections to be about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Some of these baby hairs at the very bottom are really fragile, so I want to just leave those out for now, and I'm gonna put bleach on them right at the very end because they'll process really quickly since they're more fine. Now that we've got the back all covered, we're going to start in the front sections. I don't know if you could see at some point in there I carved out the sections, which means I painted the edges before going along this way. So that's a good way to make sure that you don't miss spots, is if you go in both directions. So I'm gonna leave out just the very front hairline because those are really fine baby hairs, and I'm gonna paint them just right at the very end once I've gotten everything else. But first I'm gonna carve out the sections. Again, I'm just leaving out the very front baby hairs. Of course, you want to be very careful to only go over the regrowth, the parts that are dark that have not been lightened previously. Of course, it's going to overlap just slightly, but just want to be really careful to stay only on the regrowth area. Once you've covered your entire root area, you can make sure that you got all the spots by taking opposite sections than when you originally sectioned and parting it like this, and just make sure that everything is saturated. Saturated, you can take all the hair, clip it back. Be careful that nothing on the ends is touching the root area. Using a plastic cap, everything inside, and we're going to let that sit. Now, depending on what color your hair is before you put the bleach on it, your natural color, it's gonna sit, process for however long it takes until it's light enough. Mine's about a level 7, and I used 30 volume developer, which is a higher volume developer. The higher the volume developer you use, the faster the color will lift. The lower volume you use, the longer it will take for the color to lift. Norman's running around. Norman, you want to come say hi? Come here. Hi, Bubsy. Are the fumes bothering you? Probably. Okay. So what I do is really watch the color. You want to make sure that it looks white and you don't see any yellow. So I'm gonna let that sit. It'll probably be about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes for my hair color, because mine is a level 7. And so we're lifting the hair to about a level 10 to get the platinum white color. Okay, so I've just washed out the bleach, and this is exactly how it should look. When you first see it, it might look scary, like, oh my gosh, it looks like bright or something. It's gonna look like maybe kind of bright or kind of yellow. It's not going to look yellow after we tone it. What I'm gonna mix together today, this is a semi-permanent color line, so I'm using Wella Color Touch. So I'm gonna use, this is 8 stroke 0, light blonde natural. The 0 represents a natural. So you just want to make sure that you're using a neutral or natural color, because otherwise if I was to just use an ashy color, it's gonna look gray. So what I want is for it to look natural. I want it to look like a natural hair color. So this has some neutral tones in it. So a neutral tone is not warm and it's not cool. A warm color would be like red and a cool color would be blue. So it's neither of those. It's just somewhere right in the middle. It's neutral. It's like as if they both met together in the middle. Okay, so that being said, I'm actually gonna mix equal parts of this one and light blonde pearl ash. So the 8 is pearl and the 1 is ash. So that's what that means. It's a level 8. That's what the first number is. And this one's also a level 8. So this is a level 8 natural and this is a level 8 pearl ash. So this one is really icy. So this one, if I was to use this alone, it would look gray. So if you want your hair to look gray, go for it. I want it to look more soft and natural. I'm gonna mix these two together. I actually just want a little bit more depth than a level 8, so I'm just gonna mix a little bit of a level 7 neutral in there as well. This is the level 7. I just wanted a little bit of it. I'm using a 7 volume developer for this. Now that I have that all mixed up, we're gonna apply this the same way as the bleach. So just on the root. Okay, so after about 10, 15, 20 minutes, you'll wash it out, and then I'm gonna wash it with a purple shampoo to just even it all out. This is the finished look. So you can see I used the level 8 toner to just get a little bit of a shadow at the root. It's a little bit softer than if I was to use a level 10 toner. It gives it just a slight depth at the root area. If you'd like to hear more details on exactly how to get this type of color, I will link the video to that so you can check that one out. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it.